Hi, Libby. Um, Natalie's gonna be here in like 5 minutes to take me to Blackbird because I need to get a lot of stuff for the yarn shop still, and today's Tuesday, and I'm trying really hard not to panic because I'm really afraid that I'm not gonna have enough time to do everything that I need to do. And I was gonna make this down at the shop, but Ralph was there. Not Ralph. Shoot. Randy was there, and Mary, and some teenager that I don't know. And I already feel weird working in there when they're there, so I wasn't gonna talk to my computer. um, but yeah, what's new with me? Not a whole lot. There was actually a Facebook like meme thing that I did yesterday, and I don't usually do them because I find them to be really irritating most of the time, but this one was actually pretty cool, and it was name 10 books that have stuck with you throughout your life. And it was pretty easy to come up with 10 that just popped up in my head, like, that's a book that I remember and will always cherish. And then as I was falling asleep last night, I started thinking about why they stuck with me. So I thought maybe I'd talk about them briefly. I'm pretty sure you've read most of them, but on the off chance that you haven't, they might be good ones for you to read because you do that. So yeah, the first one on my list was very obviously Harry Potter, which I don't think I really need to go into explaining why that was such a central part of my bibliophilic existence. And I don't really need to talk about why it stuck with me because we grew up with those books and they are a big part of just our lives, and I just have a lot of good memories associated with them, and the books themselves are fantastic, and I could just keep going on about it, but I won't. I'll just skip to the other ones. So Harry Potter, all of them, which technically are 7 books already, but I grouped them together because you can't have just one of those without the others. The next one was, of course, Good Omens. And again, I almost don't feel like I need to talk about how impactful that book is. It's witty and funny and smart and just has a plot that every time you reread it, you notice something that you didn't before. It was co-written by 2 people on opposite sides of the world, and the fact that they managed to... Hey!
Hey,
What's up?
do you happen to have a 20?
Sorry about that. Sonia showed up and needed to borrow some money, and then Natalie showed up, so we went shopping. In the meantime, though, we got our t-shirts. Mine says, "God damn it, Natalie," and hers says, "God damn it, Jenny," because we're fucking dorks. But yeah, we went shopping, and now I'm going to finish my thought before I go on a totally other spiel again. So yeah, Harry Potter, Good Omens, The Little Prince was on there, just because it was one of the first books I think that I read in high school that I actually liked, and it also succeeded in making me cry a lot. And just a lot of the imagery in it was really beautiful, and it's just one of my favorite books. And let's see, what was another one that I put on there? The Black Magician trilogy I put in there as well. It's one I read, I think, in high school, but it was one of the only books I've ever read where after, quite a while, people's alignments shift in the book, and people you think that are evil so to speak, end up not being evil at all, and it's just the main character's sort of bias towards them, and uh, kind of how rumors play into things, and how people create facades to hide their other purposes. And it was a really interesting read. One of the other characters in it wound up being gay, and that was another thing that I'd never read in a book before. I have since then, but it was one of the ones where they were just canonically always there, and kind of a coming of realization for them as well, and that was really nice to read. Plus, there's a sex scene behind a waterfall, which, when does that ever happen? And then another book I read in high school called Grendel, which told Beowulf from Grendel the monster's point of view, which was also really interesting, and it made me really be able to sympathize with the flip side of arguments. You know, obviously Grendel's a monster and evil and bad and a metaphor for all these things, but he's also a person, and that person still, at the end of the day, has feelings. And it was just really interestingly written, and it's been so long since I read it that I don't remember a whole lot about it, other than that it followed his point of view, but there were a lot of really nice metaphors in there and other things that I liked. Fahrenheit 451, another English book I read, also stuck with me for quite a while. For, again, obvious reasons. I probably don't even need to explain them to you, but it was just well written, as most Ray Bradbury books are. Another book that I really like and that has stuck with me is, switching around my computer, sorry, Fragile Things by Neil Gaiman. And it's a collection of short stories that he's written, and poems and things, and a lot of them really stuck with me because he has a way of writing where things just stick with you, and you can really relate to a lot of his characters within a few paragraphs. And I really like that about his writing. And I also put down Discworld books by Terry Pratchett, Keone's Home. So I'm going to stop talking for a minute. But that was another really good book series that I read, and I especially liked Mort, which was about someone apprenticing for death. And I just thought that was really interesting, watching death try and take care of somebody, and everything. He's fixing his mustache. I'm drinking grown-up orange juice, also commonly known as a screwdriver, because Natalie and I had a long day. So he's still just sitting in his car. And then the last two books that I had on my list were both by Diana Wynne Jones, who I recently found out has died, which is really, really sad. But it was Dog's Body, which is about a star being banished to Earth for losing a weapon. And he gets sent to Earth to try and retrieve it. And he's transformed into this dog, and is brought up as a dog in this house. And it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's just really interesting. It's a really good read. And then the other book by her was called 8 Days of Luke. And I read that one when we were in England last time, actually. Grandma gave it to me. And it's got a lot of ties to Norse mythology. And it's a peculiar read, and it's really good. And now I'm going to stop talking because Keone's home. Hi! How's the day? Cool. Who what?
Oh, somebody gave me like a blast of texts. Yeah.
Cool. Natalie and I got our shirts.
Yay! That's funny.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was fun. Anyhow, sorry, I just wasted like a minute of your time just sitting here. Um, yeah, so those were some of my favorite books that I ever read, and I think you should read them if you haven't. I'm pretty sure you haven't read some of them at least, and I have a lot of them, so if there's any you want to read in amongst all your schoolwork, let me know and I can definitely send them your way. Um, yeah, let's see, what else have I done this week? Um, I decorated my laptop in stickers, which I would show you, but they're on my laptop and you can't see them. But they're Disney stickers. I have the three bears from Brave, and Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph, and Dory and Mater. One of the coloring books I recently bought had stickers in it, and I kind of went nuts. But what are you going to do? Let's see. What else is happening? I found Mom's key. It was sitting on my desk in plain sight. She followed me upstairs and took one look at my room and went, "Holy crap." And I went, "Yeah, I know it's messy, but I've been trying to find your key for you." And then I just kind of glanced across my room and my eyes landed on my desk, and it was sitting right there in a little cubby, tucked away safely. So I felt like an idiot, but at least she has it now. I just realized I'm like the most boring person ever. Let's talk about books, Jenny. Let's talk about a key that you found. We're making Philly cheesesteaks tonight, which will be good. And I'm really glad that you made that video for me yesterday. It was exactly what I needed. And you also reminded me to take my meds, which is good because I have been forgetting. So thank you. I'm going to be better at taking them because it's important and I need to. I don't know that there's much anything else going on. I'll try and show you what the shop looks like, and maybe within the next day or so I can send you another video. Maybe you can send me one too, because I think this might be a really nice way to stay in touch a bit more, since we both have crappy little track phones and you're in school and I'm going to be working as a business person. And it would really give me something good to do to just decompress and complain and talk and share stuff with you. So yeah, I will talk to you later, and I love you and all that stuff. Okay.